This is the 2017 MCAT paper for the day 2, question 2. Okay, read the question. I'm just going to go through. Please feel free to pause and think about your answers. Don't just copy down what I've done. So, area of a rectangle, we know that area of a rectangle is always going to be the base times the height. So we'd want two things times together to give me that area. Hopefully you're thinking right now, if I've got a quadratic expression with pluses and minuses in it, to change it to a multiplication sum, I need to factorize. So we're factorizing something with a coefficient of x squared, so I need to times my coefficient of x squared and my constant together to find what the number is that I'm working with to try and find factor pairs of. So that's going to be 6 and that's going to be 9. So 1 and 96, actually going to do those over here. 1 and 96, 2 and 48, 3 and 32, 4 and 24, 6 and 16, and 8 and 12. I think that's actually all I have, and I think 8 and 12, lucky last, is the one I need. So 8 and 12, how can I make them add or subtract to 4? Well, if I minus the 12 and add the 8, because I'm actually wanting -4. Now what I'm going to do is rewrite this out as 3x squared minus 12x plus 8x minus 32. So all I've done is rewritten this quadratic expression out using minus 12x plus 8x to represent my minus 4x. So let's factorize. So I'm going to first of all factorize the first half and see what I get. 3x squared minus 12, I've got a common factor of 3x, so it'll be 3x times x minus 4. And in 8x minus 32, I have got a common factor of 8. So if I take that out, I'll get in here 8 times -4 will give me -32. Now I have a common factor of my bracket. Okay, so I'm going to take out this common factor bracket. What do I times this by to give me this little expression here? Well, I'd need to multiply it by 3x. And what do I multiply that by to give me this whole thing? I'd need to multiply it by plus 8. So there I have a length. 3x plus 8 looks like it might possibly be larger than my width. It won't really matter which way you put it in. They are just names after all. Awesome. Given that this expression represents the area of a rectangle, what would the possible values of x be? Now, just a few little thoughts. Area is greater than 0, and my side lengths are also greater than 0. So that's the two things that I need to make sure of for my area of my rectangle. So I've got x minus 4 and 3x plus 8, and I know that the area is greater than 0. Now, I know that a quadratic expression can be expressed as a parabola, and that'll tell me very nicely which bits are positive, because on my y-axis, this bit over here, do it in a different color, this bit over here is what I'm looking for. And I'll keep this red. This bit over here is negative, and that's what I do not want. That I want the positive bit. Okay, so let's just draw my graph. Now looking over here, it's quite easy to see that one of my x-intercepts is going to be 4. Remember, it's always the opposite signs of what's in the bracket. And this one over here, I'm just going to write it out for you just to remind you what we're doing. Remember, we're saying that each of these values, if I let them equal 0, that'll give me the value that it is when the area, or the y, is 0. So 3x equals -8, and then x will be -8 over 3. Now, as a number, 3 goes into 8 twice, and there'll be 2 left over. So that'll be -2 and 2/3. Graph is not to scale. Special conditions apply. See in store for details. Okay, so I just deleted the wrong one. I'll just put my 4 back over there. So I have got this graph over here. As you can see, it's positive. This is the area it's positive over here and over there. So my graph is positive where x is smaller than, so in that direction, negative 2 2/3, or x is greater than 4. Now let's think about these answers, because if I put in a value of x that was less than negative 2 2/3, say, I'm just going to put in negative 3 because that's definitely less. Negative 3 over here would give me a negative answer. Negative 3, so minus 3 minus 4 gives me minus 7. So I can't actually use that one because it's going to give me a negative length. And if I put 4 in there, so something bigger than 4, so 5, it's going to give me a length of 1. So for values of x greater than 0 is my answer. Now, here it looks like a simultaneous equation. There's actually 2 ways to do this one. I'm just going to write them up as you would for a simultaneous equation. So let's just put them here. X minus 5y plus 15 equals 0, and negative 5x plus y plus 21 equals 0. So I've got 1 and 2. Now, you could go x equals 5y minus 15 and then substitute that into x over here. But I've kind of spotted a different way for this one, which I think is interesting. So I'm actually going to do it that way instead. If I look at these two, if I just add these, if I just go 1 plus 2, I would get minus 4x and minus 4y plus 36. And I can see that there's a common factor of 4 in all of those. I'm going to take it out, negative 4. So negative 4 times x, negative 4 times y, and negative 4 times negative 9 gives me positive 36. Then if I divide that through, I'm going to have x plus y minus 9 equals 0. So as we can see, x plus y equals 9. So that actually is a really nifty way of doing it. I'm just going to show you, if you didn't see that, you could have just done, let's just call this 1. I'm going to subs 1 into, let's call this one read 2. So wherever I see an x, I'm going to put 5y minus 15. So it's going to be minus 5 times 5y minus 15 plus y plus 21 equals 0. So I'm going to get negative 25y plus 5 times 15. 5 5s are 25. 1 5s are 5, 6, 7. Plus y plus 21 equals 0. So that's going to be negative 24y. And 75 plus 21 is 70, 80, 96. But take it to this side, it'll be negative 96. Hope you're still with me. I've just added those two, and they're plus on the left, so they're negative on the right. And then I just need to divide both of those by negative 24, which is going to give me a positive answer, which is great. I'm thinking 4 to give me 16, or a 6 over there. It's going to be times 4. So let's just check 24 times 4. That's going to give me 16. 2 4s are 8, 9. So that does give me 96. So y equals 4. And then subs y equals 4 back into my original equation. So into this one over here. X equals 5 times 4 minus 15, which would give me 20 minus 15, which is 5. And please remember they asked us for x plus y, not just what x or y is. So x plus y, and then I just x is 5 and y is 4 equals 9. So that would be a perfectly good way of doing it as well. So 2 different ways coming up with the same answer. I'm going to stop this now and do the next one as a second one because it's really 10 minutes long and I've still got 2 questions. So hopefully you'll catch me in the next one. Thank you for watching.